And we're live.
Hello and good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. This is show number 207 as we come to you from the road once again. I'm here in Virginia Beach. I'm Pete Braley along with my producer, co-host, the executive producer, I should say, show creator, and all-around great guy, holding down the stew back in Fairhaven. That's my son, Matt.
That's me. Good happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you for choosing us today. Our goal is to start your day off on a positive note. So if you enjoy what we do, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We are live weekday mornings at 8 o'clock here on YouTube, and you can also find us wherever you go for your favorite podcasts. Coming up today, we have Feel Good Friday. Forget the is a hot dog a sandwich debate. We got a new one for you this morning. We say we want real news, but it seems we actually love gossip more. And it's day 3 for the Stumpah. We'll see if we end up getting it today or if we have a weekend Stumpah that carries up, just ruins your weekend. Because no matter what you do, it's on your mind. You know what I mean? On time. Anyway, good morning. Welcome. Yes, it is Friday. And yeah, a little bit of a downer. We have to pack later today.
Oh.
Probably have to pack tonight. And yeah, we're heading home tomorrow. Got that lovely, I don't know, you know, knock on wood, it's been like a 10.5-hour drive.
Oh, you are in for it tomorrow.
I just jinxed us.
Don't tell Trish you just said. You're like the king of jinxing things, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, I do spend some of my time being a baseball reporter, and we always jinx guys, you know. He's like, oh, he's been 4 for 4, and he strikes out.
He's like, I don't think it's COVID. I think it's allergies. We all get COVID.
I did do that.
Okay. All right.
I did do that recently.
Thank you, Peter.
Mm-hmm. We had a fun day yesterday. Let's see. Stephen had the day off because he has duty making sure no one steals the aircraft carrier George H.W. Bush today. That's his
very
important
his
job. So he had the day off yesterday. Sarah took a day off from the school. Liam took a day off. And we went to the zoo yesterday after a nice breakfast. So, of course, Liam's favorite is the giraffe, which just happens to be Grampy's favorite, too.
I was going to say, Trish's Facebook says that it's your favorite as well.
It always has been. I've always loved giraffes. I don't know. I just kind of look at a giraffe all the time and I say, what was God thinking? You know, And then Sarah said, she said, no, the animal that you really need to ask God about is the platypus. You know, with that long.
What's wrong with the platypus?
Well, it's just, I mean, God, what was the plan there? I mean, why
Peter, they're all beautiful, okay? No matter what they look like.
They're all God's creatures.
God was focused on the insides, okay? Their hearts. Come on.
How about the rhinoceros that we saw right next to the 3 of them? There was a baby rhino, too. But they were covered in mud. And
I was going to say, did they smell?
We couldn't get that close, or the wind was blowing the other way. We don't know.
When I went with Liam one time, they smelled terrible.
I can believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can believe that. So, yeah, that was yesterday after a nice and Trish did also put a picture on her Facebook of the breakfast where she had a flight of mimosas. She and Sarah did a flight of mimosas.
Yeah.
What do they have? They had like mango, strawberry. I think there's one called Tropical Sunset.
You have a very judgmental look on your face. What's wrong with it? Why don't you enjoy a flight of mimosas?
Well, I just can't see having a flight of mimosas before you're going to go to the zoo. I mean, I would think I would get a little tipsy. I don't know.
Is there not a better time to have a flight of mimosas than before you go stare at animals?
Well, yeah, it's true. Today we are going to Waterman's, which is a restaurant on the oceanfront. And Waterman's created their own special drink a few years ago. It's called the Orange Crush. And maybe I'll take notes as to what's in it later today, but vodka plays a part.
Yeah, I think it's, or is it orange, something orange related? Orange soda, orange juice, orange something, vodka, some other stuff.
And some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to check that out. After, of course, we have to go to Kirkland's. I will look for a Studio Gnome, by the way.
Thank you. I know this. The studio feels very naked.
We haven't had a Jethro since Easter, right?
I hope he's doing okay.
I know. All right, so we'll look for we have to hit her. That's like, how would you describe Kirkland's? It's kind of like a Christmas tree shop or a home goods.
I mean, I think
like
people
that.
know what Kirkland's is, no?
Do they?
We always describe it as this mythical place. It's only exists in one universe. People never get to read. I mean, it's a Christmas tree shop. It's like I don't know. That's the best place to do it. It's like a bougie IKEA, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
could say that. All right, so we're hitting there today. And, keep in mind, Trish did bring her truck.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of room.
That's the only reason she likes driving now. She gets to bring back whatever Kirkland's finds she wants.
That's it. All kinds of
Maybe
stuff.
she'll finally return with a giant cow. There's a painting of a giant cow that we see every time because nobody buys it. But it's massive. I don't even know if it would fit in Trish's truck, to be honest.
And where would we put it? We don't have a wall that could take that. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Maybe we could. Maybe at the top of the porch here, because the ceiling goes pretty high in here.
Yeah, it's a cathedral ceiling in the room he's in. So
cathedral ceiling.
That's what it's called.
Is that actually what it's called?
Yes, it is.
When I think of cathedral ceiling, I think of like stone paintings,
Well, it's
engravings. We just have a slanted ceiling.
Kind of goes up higher there.
I don't know, whatever you say, man.
Anyway, good morning and welcome to Friday. It is May 20th. What do we have? One more week, I think, before Memorial Day weekend and the unofficial kickoff to summer. It's going to feel like summer, I read. Back when we get back to Fairhaven, well, we'll get back Saturday late afternoon, early evening. But I see Sunday might be up near 80, even by the water.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be fantastic.
Beach day.
Yeah. All right, today is National Be a Millionaire Day, and if I must, I will, okay? It's a day actually to start taking steps to turn your dreams into reality by making plans for the future. And what did you say? If you're 18 years old and you start saving how much money?
$2,000 a year for 6 years.
Yep, you'll be all set.
Yeah.
It is National Pick Strawberries Day, which we did on Monday, so I don't know if we have to go back now.
I think you do.
Okay. It's National Rescue Dog Day. A salute to all of you that have a rescue dog. It's National Streaming Day. So here we are.
Yeah, true. At first, my mind went to like Netflix, but same thing. We're live streaming.
Yep. Yes, we are. Today's also NASCAR Day to celebrate the craziness of NASCAR.
Why would it be on a Friday?
I don't know. It's National Bike to Work Day today. Is it too late for you?
Well, I think it'd be a little tough and dangerous to ride my bike down the stairs. But, I mean, if I'll do it for the National Day if I have to.
Could be done.
I don't know how happy Trish would be with that.
It's also National Pizza Party Day, and it comes on a Friday.
Hey, I'm whipping up an oven pizza tonight, baby. The MAP food supply while the parents are gone is running low. All we got left is an oven pizza, so we'll be dining on that tonight.
Before we left, Trish said, I need you to give me a grocery list, so... Yeah, he did. What did you get? You got like 2 oven pizzas.
Don't make me sound super unhealthy right now.
No, okay.
I asked for some chicken and rice.
That's right.
And chicken salad, which I don't know if that's technically healthy, but chicken salad.
And you did make
fixins for a nice smoothie, little protein shake.
Okay.
Yeah. See, we're getting fit out here, Peter. Except for tonight when we have pizza. It's a cheat day.
And today's also National Endangered Species Day. Okay. It's a day for us to pause to realize that they're low in numbers.
Don't you dare touch those pandas and koalas. Are they endangered? Maybe. One of them, I think.
Yeah, one time I think you're right.
Yeah.
On the date book, I wrote this one down simply because I thought it was really interesting. It was on this day in 1310, okay? Way back to 1310, shoes were made for both the right and left foot.
Wow.
So I guess before in 1309, I guess you wore the same thing on both feet.
I'm actually kind of surprised that they figured that out in 1310.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that'd be a later thing.
Later in life, yeah.
But shout out.
It was on this day in 1873 that Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis patented the first blue jeans with copper rivets. On this day in 1892, George Sampson patented the clothes dryer, so you no longer had to hang everything out like Trish enjoys doing in the springtime. On this day in 1927, at 7:40 in the morning, Charles Lindbergh took off from New York to cross the Atlantic for Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis. It was the first nonstop flight. Great movie about that, by the way. Jimmy Stewart, I think, plays Charles Lindbergh.
Is it on the History Channel?
It might be on Turner Classics. I don't know. Not sure.
Your second favorite channel.
It was on this day in 1983 that Every Breath You Take by the Police was released. It became the Billboard Song of the Year for 1993.
Let's hear it. What a song. Come on.
Every breath you take.
I still don't have
every move you make. What is it? I'll be watching you.
A lot of people skipped parts.
Did
I? I'll be watching you.
I forgot the words. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Isn't that one of the songs that people think is a love song, but it's actually more about stalking?
Is it really?
Every breath you take,
actually,
every move you make, I'll be watching you.
I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this day in 1993, the 274th and final episode of Cheers aired on NBC. And on this day in 2015, David Letterman hosted The Late Show with David Letterman for the last time, ending 33 years in late-night television. That's crazy. On the celebrity birthday list today, Cher is 76 today. Is she still on her farewell tour?
I don't know.
I know she came out and said this is going to be my final tour, but it never ends. Actor Bronson Pinchot, 63 today. Baseball's David Wells is 59. Mindy Cohn from Facts of Life, she is 56. And Busta Rhymes is 50. All right, who do we have with us in the chats this morning?
Let's see here. How's everybody doing today? Abby said, still no clue on the Stumpah. This one is a good one. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the clue that you have.
Yeah, I didn't know it. See, I always come up with these clues that pretty much give the whole thing away.
Yeah, so, and I feel like that one would. So I'm trying to think if there's a better clue somewhere, better hint somewhere. I'm thinking. Gary says finally Friday and still stumped. Yeah. Let's see. Abby says I don't even care who gets the stump. I just need to know.
It's a need-to-know basis.
Gary says, enjoy your last AP. I'll be in Fairhaven later tonight at the high school for the post-prom around midnight. Should be a good time.
Oh, after
Is today prom?
So,
wow.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody's getting nice and spiffy.
By the way, our suit guy did post yesterday.
Suit guy.
That he had 5 different proms going on this weekend. So he basically said, if you don't need to come and visit us this week, please don't.
Yeah, don't you dare show up. Mia says, going on a cruise starting Sunday, won't have internet. If we go into a weekend stump, I'm going to have to cheat and look it up. Ooh,
okay. Well, enjoy the cruise.
That does sound fun, yeah. Dana, see what's up, Dana? Dana says, Matt, ride the bike downstairs.
Go for it.
There's a quick 90-degree turn that needs to be made about halfway down that I don't know if the bike could fit.
And by the way, also, when you get down to the bottom of the stairs, I think you have, maybe 4 or 5 feet before the wood stove and the bricks.
And filled with plants. So I'd have to do some sort of either wheelie or what do they call it, a back wheelie to get down the turn and then hop maybe down the next couple of stairs. All of which those moves I do not qualify with my current bike skills to do those.
And I'm not there to film any of it. So.
No. So I'm going to pass, personally. Maybe I'll find a different staircase somewhere. Abby says, my dentist must be loving biking day. What'd you say about your dentist? He rides, how far to get there every day or something? She was telling the story when she was down. Her dentist that lives, 3 seconds away from Canada.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Justin said there's only 1,000 wild axolotls left in the world.
Oh.
Yeah. Justin and his girlfriend, big fan of axolotls.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Can I look it up later as to what that is?
Sure thing. Mia says, Matt, just noticed your shirt. Fun fact, hubby and I met at a Parmalee concert. Yeah. Parmalee, I don't remember. I think Parmalee might have been my first concert. It was either Parmalee or Darius Rucker. I don't remember how the sequence went, but...
Did you see Parmalee in Providence?
Yes. And fun fact, the only reason I have this shirt is because a drunk lady behind me spilled a drink on me. That's actually the only reason I have this T-shirt.
So it was meant to be.
Yeah, the opening act was on. It wasn't even it wasn't even Parmalee. The opening act was on. I was up. We were just in our seats. I was just sitting down, just because the opening act just came on. You didn't even have time to stand up yet. And this lady spilled her drink down the back of my chair, all over the shirt that I was wearing.
Oh.
So I bought a shirt, went to the bathroom, threw this on.
Did she at least say she was sorry, or?
I don't remember. I was pretty heated in the moment, so I thought better to leave the situation than to get into a fight at a concert. So
good call.
Yeah, so I went and bought this T-shirt. Let's see. Diane says, "No easy clue. Make it last over the weekend. This is too much fun."
Oh,
okay. I have the news segment to come up with another clue. Then that's a lot of pressure.
I have another idea, but you and I can't do our secret meeting type thing. Want to text it to you?
Yeah. Text me the idea. I'll read a couple more chats here. Happy says, "I believe in you, Matt. I'll try. We'll see if hopefully, I believe in Pete. I think he's got a good one. I don't know what this is, but we'll see." Diane says, "You can look it up. Cheating would be them using the answer after you know it, so you're not cheating." Yeah, anyone's welcome to look it up. Apparently, Dana looks up the answer about every 5 seconds, but he takes himself out of the game. So
yes, we got to give you props for that.
So if anyone wants to look up the answer, you're more than welcome to. Just you can't play, and please don't ruin it for everybody. That's all I ask. Abby says her dentist rides his bike from Canada to the dentist every day.
Wow.
I feel like that's just a lot of work. Isn't going through the border like a hassle? Like, is there not a process there?
I would think, unless he's a regular.
Do they have a fast pass lane for regulars? Like you can sign up. Oh, hey Tom, enjoy your day at the dentistry.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Dana said, "OMG, such a visual of the bunny hops on the bike. Maybe I could do it on a scooter. That's a little bit more my speed, I think.
Yeah.
Still 100% going to end up with a broken bone, but it's at least it's a little bit more possible, All right, let's get to the news here.
All right, I sent you my clue. So
I'll take a look at it.
All right. In the news on this Friday morning, you can call Rihanna Mama now. According to TMZ, she had a baby boy on May 13th, on Friday the 13th. There is no word on a name or any other stats, but evidently mom and baby are doing fine. Selena Gomez has taken her mental health crusade to millions of followers, and now she's taking it to the White House. Selena joined a number of professionals at a summit headed by First Lady Dr. Jill Biden on Wednesday. The meeting aimed to raise awareness about mental health issues and to push for change in how those issues are treated in the workplace, namely pushing to get dedicated paid time off for mental health troubles. Elton John's farewell Yellow Brick Road tour will be the subject of an official documentary. The film will not only focus on the tour, but his breakout years of 1970 to 1975. Get this, in those 5 years, he released 10 albums and had some of his biggest hits. Also included will be unseen concert footage from the past 50 years, as well as a look at his handwritten journals and present-day footage of him with his family. There's no word on when the film will be released, but it is expected to hit the festival circuit first, followed by a theatrical release, and then will be available for streaming on Disney+. Scientists have begun a clinical trial of a promising new cancer treatment, which has so far been successful in shrinking cancerous tumors in animals. The first human patient was injected this week with a dose of a genetically modified virus called vaccinia, which is designed to kill cancer cells and also make them more recognizable to the immune system so that the body can also naturally fight them. When experimented on animals, vaccinia proved to be effective at reducing the size of colon, lung, breast, ovarian, and pancreatic cancer tumors. The trial is expected to be completed in 2025. Finally, some good news there, huh? Sony has developed some new wireless earbuds that predict what you want to listen to based on what you're doing at the time. I'm a little skeptical about these here. They're called Link Buds. They're designed to be worn all day. Could you wear earbuds all day? They're designed to be worn all day, which means you can hear what's going on in the world around you when you need to, and then you can tune out the world when you don't need it. The earbuds go even further, triggering an upbeat playlist when you're walking and playing more relaxing music when it's time to calm down. I don't know. What do you think?
The thing that gets me is that you have to wear them all the time.
Yeah.
I could not do that. There's not a single pair of headphones that I could wear for longer than like a couple hours.
Right.
Like
right.
These, after the show, like we whip these up.
Yeah, they gotta come off.
It's like taking your bra off after work. Am I right, ladies? You know what I'm saying? Same thing up in here. That's kind of creepy to me.
Yeah, I was telling Matt how, I wear a headset microphone when I do sports. And when you do a baseball game, it's like you're wearing these things for because we don't have a break. We don't break for commercials. We just keep going. So 2.5 hours of these things can get a little irritating.
Yeah.
And finally this morning, announcing burrito tape. Burrito lovers, and yes, I'm sharing the screen with one. Burrito lovers, your biggest problem has been solved. A group of engineering students at Johns Hopkins University have created an edible tape. They call it Tasty Tape, spelled Tastee. Tasty Tape, which can be used to keep your burrito from falling apart and making a huge mess. Full disclosure, I'm the one that makes a mess with a burrito. I don't think you ever have.
I was just going to say, true burrito people do not need burrito tape. I mean, if the burrito is made properly, we got no problem.
Now, tacos is a different story, right?
I feel like I do okay with tacos.
Yeah. The students say they were inspired by their own experiences with eating burritos and wraps. I guess they make a mess. I don't know. They use their knowledge of chemistry and biomolecular science to figure out how to make an adhesive tape that can be eaten. The students are applying for a patent, so they're not ready to divulge any information about what the tape is made from, but they insist that every ingredient is safe to consume.
I mean, people claim that like the meat we eat is safe to consume, but there's a lot of plastic in there. I don't know if just saying it's safe to consume means it's safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And processed foods. I mean, God, what's it really processed with?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, that brings us to the Stumpah, and our Stumpah question once again. Every one of these in the world is red, green, blue, or black. What are they? Now, so far the clues we've given, not everyone has one of these, and you only need it in a certain situation. Now, what did you think about the clue I texted you? Should I go with that?
No, I don't like it. I think that's actually worse than the clue, because I can't explain why I don't like it. It's very obvious, and I think for a certain demographic of people, it would be very obvious. So, my clue is a little bit of a riddle.
Ooh, okay.
But I think it's a good one. This thing of those colors, red, green, blue, or black, whatever, it materially lasts forever, but it doesn't last forever. You got what I'm saying, Peter?
I get what you're saying.
It quite literally could last forever.
Yeah.
But can't be used forever.
No.
And that's where we're going to end it. So we went from a very obvious hint to now a riddle. So
I wonder if you made it worse.
I hope. That's always my goal. This is why Matt's not allowed to make hints. I feel like every time I'm given the reins on making a hint, I turn it into a riddle, and I love it.
So what do you think?
Let's see.
Every one of these in the world is red, green, blue, or black. Not everyone has one. You only need it in a certain situation. And what'd you say? While it could last forever,
while it literally lasts forever, it does not actually last forever. It's not good forever.
All right.
Gail says file cabinets.
File cabinets. No, that's not it.
Not it. Justin says floppy disks.
No, not a good guess, though.
Not a floppy disk. I think I can confidently say I never used a floppy disk.
Oh, really?
I've seen them around the house when I was younger.
Right.
But I never used them. I don't even know where they would go on a computer. I never had to actually insert one into a computer.
Well, you can't. I don't think you can use one anymore. I mean,
I don't even know. You'd have to find some sort of adapter.
The laptop in front of me, it would not work.
I'd be curious to see if you could order like a floppy disk adapter on Amazon. It plugs in USB port to floppy disk.
Right.
Gail says ID cards.
ID cards?
No,
that's not it.
Not it. Justin says money.
Money? No, not money.
Show me that money. And Gail says passports.
passports is right. Congratulations, Gail.
And I kind of think that Gail got that before we gave the hint. Is that true, Gail?
Oh, you know what? You're right about my hint.
Yeah.
If I had given my hint, Gail probably would have gotten it right away.
Yeah.
Especially if she's still with Skip.
Let's go through all the hints here.
Okay.
The first hint you had was you need to take your picture, which I thought was kind of obvious.
Yeah, you got to have your picture in. And the second hint, the one I texted to Matt, is I found out that my oldest son, Doug, has a brown passport, but that's because it's a military passport.
Yeah. So technically the question's incorrect. Every one of these in the world is red, green, blue, or black. But some are brown.
Doug has one that's brown.
Myth busted. But yes, passports is the answer. Gail won. And let's clap it up again for someone else besides Abby winning. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Gail. Woo.
So as of right now, it comes down to what? Abby and Gail are in the running for
I think so.
fabulous prizes.
Everybody else needs to step it up. What other answers do we have here? Dana said floppies. Yeah, Gary said license. I think everyone was on the right wave here. Abby said Matthew with like a mad emoji. What did I say something wrong? I don't know.
Because you picked on her winning streak, maybe?
Maybe, but I don't know. This looks like it was from before. Abby said casket before. Damn.
A casket?
That'd be kind of dope though, a blue casket.
Yeah, they do. They do come in colors. I remember.
Probably more expensive.
I remember going through the showroom with Mom trying to pick one out.
Abby was trying to come up with the answers about anything. She said a bunker.
Bunker?
Like we talking like World War II bunker out here? Or like a nuclear bomb bunker? I don't think those come in colors. I think those are just, I don't know, dirt. But yeah, shout out.
Crazy. Today's fascinating facts on this Friday. Ladies, did you ever wonder why your guy doesn't want to go to Target? Well, on average, men get bored on a shopping trip after 26 minutes. Meanwhile, women don't get tired of shopping until around 2 hours have passed. On top of this, it's been found that 8 in 10 men hate shopping with their partner. Men who are promised a treat at the end of a joint shopping trip, come on, honey, we'll buy ice cream, are more likely to pretend to enjoy shopping with their partner for longer periods of time. I don't know. Trish and I are going out shopping after I do tend to get a little silly in places like Christmas tree shop because I'll see like weird crafty things and I'll say, oh, we need several.
I think it's funny how they're like offering a treat to a grown man when like Liam's the one that you need to. Liam will go to Target as long as he can get a cake pop.
Cake pop.
That's what you need to get Liam to calm down with. But I just think it's fun. Come on, hubby, I'll get you a cake pop after this if you just come to Target with me.
Or promise dangle a beer in front of me. Come on. So evidently we want dirt, not news. I kind of touched on this yesterday. It has to do with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. We may talk the talk about wanting to hear real news. I want some real news. But when it comes to walking the walk, we are much more interested in gossip and dirt. That's the finding laid out by a media monitoring platform called NewsWhip. They discovered that people were far more into reading about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial than they were about Roe versus Wade, inflation, and climate change combined. The study found that the sensational celebrity trial got an average of 508 social media interactions, meaning likes, comments, and shares, for each published article over the past month. Joe Biden could only manage 170 interactions, while a supposedly hot issue like Roe v. Wade only got 141 per story, and inflation, only 71 interactions about that story. Some experts think we are turning to Johnny and Amber as a distraction from all the real-world problems. You know, the price of gas, the war. Speaking of Amber and Johnny, that trial continues, and people are very invested, to say the least. Apparently, up to 150 spectators are allowed in the Fairfax, Virginia courtroom every day, and some people are going to extreme lengths to secure their spot to see the trial in person. Fans, who evidently are mostly in support of Johnny, camped out outside of the courthouse Sunday night for when the trial resumed at 9 a.m. Monday. One fan even said she took her whole year's vacation time and spent about $30,000 in travel expenses to get to the courtroom. I wouldn't.
What does she travel on? I feel like I could find a flight over there for a little bit cheaper. I don't know what she spent the money on.
If she took her whole year's vacation time, maybe she's in a hotel for weeks. Couple of weeks.
Is this a thing? Like, can anybody go to any court hearing? Like, can you just walk on in there? I've never heard of this. I kind of thought it was like a closed thing. I don't know why fans are like allowed in.
150 spectators are allowed into the courtroom, so I guess if you're one of that 150...
Can you just imagine camping out overnight and then all to just sit in the courtroom for 12 hours? Like, can you imagine sitting in the courtroom in your filth because you just camped for a day and you're just like, I needed this. Like,
that's like...
and at 90% of it, I watch the live stream sometimes, like in the background of things. 90% of the day is just like... silence, lawyers going up to talk to the judge. Like, there's very little interesting stuff going on. I don't know if anybody else does this. We watch like the 20-minute clip at the end of the day.
The highlights. Another fan flew from Britain to see the trial, and someone else brought 2 alpacas to the courthouse in hopes that it might brighten Johnny's day.
I did see the video, and he did seem to enjoy it. He kind of looked up and smiled and was like, "That's something." Mm-hmm. I don't know. People are very interesting.
The little bit that I've seen, and mostly it's because Sarah's sitting right next to me. She's like
she's really into it. Yeah,
she's got to get the latest every day.
Yeah.
Neither one of these individuals is, I don't think, innocent.
There are no angels over there, but yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting to see. A couple of things. Abby says maybe it's because gossiping isn't as threatening to our lives as news, so we go with that. Avoidance is trending. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Diane says, I think we all need a break from Roe v. Wade and from the war. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Also, I think it's kind of rare that you get the inside scoop from the celebrities on stuff that happens in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
A lot of the time we get newspaper articles written by somebody that knows nothing about them. Now we're hearing right from them.
Right from them.
So
yeah,
it's interesting.
Good point. Good point. I know we have a number of pet lovers that watch the show. Do you sleep better when your pet is in bed with you? Number one, do you allow the pet to be on the bed? We do. Charlie sleeps down by her feet. You are definitely not alone. There's a new survey that found 70% of pet owners say they have better quality sleep when their pet is in bed with them. 51% said snoozing with a pet reduced their stress and anxiety. 42% said they feel more secure when the pet is in bed with them. And it seems like it's pets over partners for lots of pet owners.
Damn.
58% of pet owners said they would rather have their pet in bed with them than their partner. Hey, Trish.
Trish is getting the boot.
No, I'm wondering if she'd rather have Charlie sleeping next to her instead of me.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, probably, to be honest.
Yeah, I do toss and turns.
And you snore.
I don't think... Didn't she say that I stopped snoring after the stroke?
You still snore sometimes. It's less. It's less, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's less, but...
I'm not saying Trish is innocent in that department either.
This is true. Mm-hmm. This is true. Especially if she has a cold or something.
Yeah.
It's like, hey.
Or a glass of wine. Glass of wine stuffs up the nose.
So, do you have your pet sleep on the bed with you?
I do understand that liking it more than sleeping without them, because for me, if Charlie doesn't stay in my room all that much, but if Charlie's on the floor, I'm more concerned about what's going on, so I sleep worse.
Right.
At least when he's on the bed, I know everything that's happening.
Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he gets down, it's always, what's he doing?
Yeah, does he need to go to the bathroom? Is he about to chew something up? What's going on?
Are my slippers on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
I have to put my slippers up high.
Yeah.
Just for that reason every day.
Yep.
So that he won't get down during the night and chew them up.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is time for Feel Good Friday, and there's a couple of good news stories we focus on every Friday. By the way, if you have a Feel Good Friday story you'd like to share, whatever's going on in your life that's a positive, you can always drop us an email or even a voicemail. You'll catch the number at the end of the show. Elizabeth Bonker graduated from Rollins College in Florida, and she was chosen to deliver the commencement speech to the college's graduating students. But here's the thing. She has non-speaking autism and was able to give her speech using a text-to-speech program. Elizabeth, who lost her ability to speak when she was 15 months old, graduated with a degree in social innovation and also created her own nonprofit organization that is called Communication for All, with the number 4. That works to ensure that non-speakers with autism have access to the communication and education essential to living more meaningful lives. She's also a poet, and she's also written a book. It's called I'm In Here. I Am In Here. It's about her journey as a child with autism. After all that success, Elizabeth ended her time at Rollins College with a moving speech. She said, or using the device, she was able to text to speech, God gave you a voice. Use it. And no, the irony of a non-speaking autistic encouraging you to use your voice is not lost on me, because if you can see the worth in me, then you can see the worth in everyone you meet.
I love that. That's
Hats
awesome.
off to Elizabeth. Yeah. Last weekend, a family was boating in Pamlico Sound off the coast of North Carolina when their dog Mila fell overboard. The family could not see Mila, which was scary because the water is nearly 100 miles long and 25 miles wide in some places. So they made a nervous call to the Coast Guard. Members of the Coast Guard stationed in North Carolina were on the lookout, and it didn't take them long to spot some movement in some calm waters. Sure enough, it was Mila who was swimming toward their boats. The crew approached Mila and lifted her to safety, and after a quick inspection, she was given VIP treatment by the crew and was eventually returned to her owners. The Coast Guard was thrilled that the family, I should say, was thrilled that the Coast Guard was able to rescue Mila, and also thankful that Mila is such an expert, evidently, at doing the doggy paddle.
Yeah, I wonder how long she was in the water. That's crazy.
No word about whether or not she had a life jacket on. Trish said she's going to buy Charlie a life jacket. Have you heard?
No.
She's planning to go.
Why?
She's planning to go boogie boarding with Charlie.
Oh my God.
This summer.
Okay, that's interesting. This is the first time hearing about this.
Oh yeah. I've heard it a couple of times. So she's been taking him down to the beach, I guess, like all winter and spring. And
Yeah.
she said every day he seems to go in a little deeper. You know.
I mean, if he has a life jacket, it should be safe, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I think so.
That would keep him up.
And maybe there's like a tether that she can get to like attach to her wrist or something, like a little leash thing, just in case he floats away a little bit.
Well, they have those for your surfboard, right? Don't you put something around your ankle?
Yeah.
So that if you get tossed, yeah.
But something for Charles.
I guess.
Yeah.
That could work. Time for today's random question, and our random question is, what are you interested in that most people are not? What are you interested in that most people are not?
The Pete Braley Show.
And we thank you for that. Yes, we do. The first thing that came to my mind, I don't know about you, but the first thing that came to my mind, what am I interested in? I'm interested in the History Channel documentary.
Yeah, about fast food. This guy's obsessed
What
with
was
a
that?
good fast food documentary.
I told somebody, we were at the zoo yesterday. We took a little break, and they sell Dippin' Dots
Yeah,
at the zoo.
Dippin' Dots. Yeah.
You know, little ice cream things. And I told your mother, I said, I'm sorry, but Dippin' Dots has not been featured on Foods That Built America, so I got nothing. I don't know where these came from. I don't know how they were invented.
Pete's like shaking. He's like, I can't say any fun facts. I don't know what to do here. He's like, I have all these fun facts about KFC, but there's no KFC in the zoo. He's like freaking out. He's like, what do I do? I have all this information about Colonel Sanders, but I can't tell anybody.
I can't tell anyone.
All right, I do have a couple answers here. Justin says
Okay.
anime. Yes, Justin.
What's that?
Just anime.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we are. The connection here between us is struggling a little bit, Peter. We'll see if I don't know if Trish is looking up I don't know, anything on YouTube, or if she's shopping
for a
life jacket. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. But yeah, Justin is a big fan of anime, and anime has a little bit of a bad what's the word I'm looking for? Like reputation,
connotation.
Yeah. So, but I think that's changing a little bit. Anime is becoming more and more popular. I personally have not gotten into it yet, but Justin is really pulling for me to start watching it. So I said I would give it a shot. I give everything a fair shot.
That's like a Japanese animation, right?
Justin, give us a little history lesson. Where does it originate? But yes, it is animation. But I heard the story, like the storytelling, the writing of it is amazing. That's what Justin tells me. So
okay.
Dana says playing the drums.
Oh yes,
Dana, teach me how to play the drums, man. I love beatboxing and like making beats, but I'm trying to get behind a kit, Dana. Come on.
And what do you do when you like? Is it something like on a Friday night you maybe get behind your drum set there? What do you put some headphones on and like have a little AC/DC or something playing?
That's true. It's a good point. Do you have like a garage and you just go in there and you just put the headphones on and you're just wailing like you don't like whiplash, sweat dripping down on the kit, and you just keep on going. I just picture Dana going
your hands are
crazy right now. Like this isn't proper form at all, but I kind of feel like a boss right now. Sure, Dana feels like that.
I mean, do you just sit down and jam, or do you play along to it? I would think you play along to a song.
You can do both though. You can just sit there and make some sick beats, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dana also says reading. I would say reading's pretty popular, but I will say like nowadays, not a lot of people my age read.
True.
Yeah.
True. I was never much of a reader either until like till my 30s.
Yeah.
I started really reading in my 30s.
So I'm a loser, is what you're telling me, because I read.
No, I'm saying
at 23.
Because you read already. No,
Yeah.
you're ahead of the curve, Matt.
Hey, I'll say though, these Harry Potter books, if you want to like improve the speed at which you read a bunch of self-help books for a while, or some like boring books, and then switch to a nice fiction book. You will fly through it because it's so much better.
Oh, okay.
Like I am flying through these Harry Potter books, man. And I do have to say, they go through, because I started watching Sorcerer's Stone last night, the movie, and the books just go into so much more detail. And they explain history of characters that you just don't get from the movies.
Yeah.
And it's really fascinating. It's really fascinating.
And a lot of times I've noticed that if you're reading the book, it can take you 2 or 3 pages where they set a scene, whereby in the movie it's like that's done in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know?
But you learn so much more about like the Dursleys, the aunt and uncle there, that Perry the platypus is forced to stay with. You learn so much about them, like from the books. There's just so much more about how much child abuse goes on in the books, which like you see in the movie, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. It's almost like a comical level in the movie,
right?
But like this, poor Harry Potter, man.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to. I mean, I don't know if all libraries have this, but Fairhaven is associated with something called the SAILS Network, SAILS, probably stands for something I don't know about. But
okay.
What I'm doing is I'm reading the J.D. Robb series of books. It's about a Lieutenant Eve Dallas. And there's something like 43 books in this series. And what I've done is I went on Google and I found the order they were released. So I'm reading them in order now.
Ooh.
And what I do is I go to because they're all this one is Celebration and Death. Another one is everything ends with in death. So I can't even keep the title straight.
Okay.
What I do is I go to Google and I find out the next one in the series. Then I go to the Sales app and I search for it. And if it's in like the Berkeley Library, I request it. And what happens is the app lets me know when the book is delivered from Berkeley to Fairhaven, and I go and pick it up.
Yeah, I did see that. I think Justin actually sent me a TikTok about like there's so much you can actually do with a library card that you don't know about.
Right.
There's a lot of like hidden thing, and that was one of them. You can get any book you want as long as it's in a library somewhere in the network.
Yeah. So what happens is I request it. So basically I put a hold on it. They let me know when it's being held. I go pick it up. I read it, bring it back, request the next one.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Diane says political science is back to the random question. What are you interested in that most people aren't? Political science.
Right.
Gail says, I believe is it Qigong? How do you pronounce that?
Spell it?
Qigong.
I am not familiar with that.
Isn't it a game?
Okay.
I think maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Someone put the what do you call that? The phonetical spelling. Phonetic spelling.
Just say Qigong.
Gong.
Gong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we're limping to the finish line with this internet connection here. I'm hoping you
really?
stick with us. What's funny though is sometimes it'll freeze, and then I didn't know Zoom did this. It finishes your thought, whatever you said while it was frozen, but it says it really quick. It catches up real fast. So you're like, what are you interested in that most people won't? It's very quick. It's funny.
I guess that's a good thing, right?
True. You get your thought in there. By the way, anime is Japanese animation.
Okay. And Qigong is a martial art.
Oh, okay.
Something like Tai Chi or something like
So
that.
Gil's how you beating people up. That's what I'm talking about. Dana says, throw the phones on, his drumming, by the way. Throw the phones on, the headphones, with my Apple Nano, throwback, and climb into my basement. That's what I'm talking. Dana, I need a video of you just going crazy, my man. Yeah. I need to see it. Or better yet, give me some drum lessons.
And come on, what's one of the first songs you do, huh? Would it be Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight?
Oh, I feel like that's a must, right? That's a must. Yeah. Gail says books are always better than the movies. Now, I don't read. I haven't read a lot of the movies that I've seen. Like when a movie is based on a book, there's a lot of times I haven't read the books.
Right.
I'm curious to see, because I think you're right, but I'm curious to see if there's ever been a movie that's better than the book. My guess would be no, because if the book wasn't good, like that good, they wouldn't have made it into a movie. You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't have made a movie. I got you.
Unless someone read the plot of a book and said, I can make this better.
That could be also. Yeah.
So if anyone can think of a movie that was better than a book, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. It's pronounced, Chai Gong. Dana says.
Gong.
Chai Gong. Or Qi Gong? Chai Gong. I'm butchering this. I'm sorry.
C-H-I, what do you chai?
Chai. Chai tea. Right. Just like chai tea. Katrina says cribbage, which again, I have not played, but I need to at some point. Gail says it's Qigong. Healing modality similar to Tai Chi. Pete did Tai Chi for a little bit.
Okay. I enjoyed Tai Chi. I really did. And then Trish.
I feel like that was Tai Chi. I'm not sure.
Trish actually found a video for me, and I think it's in the drawer we keep all our videos in. I think she found, or a DVD, I should say.
I was going to say, where are the VHS tapes, man?
Of chair Tai Chi.
Oh.
Right after I had my stroke, so you didn't have to really concern yourself with balance. There were moves you could do in your chair.
Oh, okay. Dana says, hot for teacher, first song. There we go.
By Van Halen.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All right, moving on. What do we got? Big debate right here, right?
Yes, but one thing is we do not have a Foodie Friday this week. I thought we mentioned this here.
Yeah, good point.
And one of the reasons is we have an idea of what we want to do next, but we kind of need to be together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a must. It's a must.
We don't
gotta
have
do it together.
to be together.
No, we need to be together.
But it would be better if we're together.
It's a big thing.
Okay.
It's big. It's a monumental moment for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Join us next week. There's a tease for you. Join us next week for Foodie Friday. All right, let's get to the debate here. We had the old, is a hot dog a sandwich debate, which in my mind, we never really solved.
I don't know. We had equal arguments on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a good point, but I don't think we found a definitive answer. But this debate now is, if Hot Pockets aren't actually hot, are they still a Hot Pocket? That's what fans of the microwavable snack are wondering after the brand announced that the Hot Pockets Deli Witch, a sandwich that doesn't need to be heated, was announced. The box does have instructions about heating it up for a minute, but the brand's main selling point is that the frozen sandwiches can be thawed for a couple of hours beforehand and then eaten on the go. So basically, when you pack your lunch in the morning, you take it out of the freezer. You don't have to worry about keeping it cold because you want it to thaw, and then you can eat it couple of hours later. The Hot Pockets Deli Witch is available in cheddar and ham, turkey and Colby, cheddar melt and pepperoni and mozzarella. It'll be available at retailers by the end of this month. I don't know. I just have a little fear with, I guess, my history with Hot Pockets. 9 times out of 10, I burn my tongue.
Dana just says Hot Pockets should be renamed Molten Lava Mess. So I think Dana agrees with you there. I will say I can. This is a nice and easy debate for everybody. If Hot Pocket is capitalized, it is a brand, so it is still a Hot Pocket because it goes by the brand name Hot Pocket. And if it is lowercase, it is not in fact a Hot Pocket. If it is cold, it is a cold pocket or just a pocket. You know what I'm saying? But if it's capitalized, I mean, it's the brand. It's technically a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, right.
It's a Hot Pocket sandwich.
I can't really argue with that logic.
I just nailed it right there.
Yeah.
I will say though, it feels like more work to have to thaw it out in order to eat it than to just heat it up. Like I feel like their goal was to make it easier for you. Hey, we have a cold option, but what if you bring it from home and by the time lunch comes around, it's not thawed out yet, and you just got like a brick in the middle. It just seems easier to warm it up.
I'm sure that's going to happen. Yeah.
I don't know I don't think that's going to last too long, Hot Pocket. Come on now. Stick to what you're good at.
Did anyone else who has already raised children, did you go through phases like we used to go to? There was a time when I would go through, I would shop at Stop and Shop, and every week it's like I had to buy 10, what were they? The little pizzas.
Pizza Hot Pocket. Oh, the Celeste pizzas?
Yes, I had to buy 10 of the little small size Celeste pizzas. And then there was a time we went through a Hot Pocket phase.
We did.
Where every week I was in there buying 5 or 10 hot, and they had their favorites. We had to have steak and cheese. What was one of the other ones?
And for the record, there was 4 of us, okay? Like, this wasn't Matt eating 10 Celeste pizzas. I just want to clarify. There was a lot of people here. We were feeding everybody.
Yes. We're feeding the whole army.
Yeah, those things aren't good for you, though. A lot of sodium, right? Isn't it, with those things?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, I remember we weren't a big Lunchables house. Mom didn't go for Lunchables because I think those were like super loaded with sodium.
We went through like a brief Lunchables phase, but yeah, I think Trish put an end to that real quick. Dana said Trish gags at the thought of Celeste pizzas. Yeah, she always hated the smell that Celeste pizzas would make the house. Oh my gosh, she got so mad every time we had to make one. Plus, it would make a mess of the microwave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was very glad when that phase ended.
You still kind of go through phases, don't you?
100%. I've said this many times. I obsess over certain foods for a couple of months at a time.
Now, let's see. When you were in school, right? What was it? Turkey and cheese, right?
Turkey and cheese was a long phase.
I went through, every day turkey and cheese sandwich.
I went through a tuna phase. I was a big tuna kid. Probably everybody else in the school probably hated that. Chicken salad, I went through a brief phase.
Recently, that was a big thing.
No, in school I went through a chicken salad phase. Then it ended.
Oh, did
chicken salad keeps coming back every now and then.
Okay.
Now I'm currently in a chicken salad phase. Yeah.
Oh, chicken salad is back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, and it's funny because he comes out of these phases and
I don't tell anybody.
Yeah. So Trish keeps buying the stuff, and we end up with all of these. I'm trying to think of what's one of the most recent examples.
Chicken patties.
Oh, yeah, that was it. He was on a big chicken patty kick.
Yeah.
Had them for lunch or dinner, whatever. If Trish and I went out or we had fish, no, he just had a chicken patty. So he stopped eating chicken patties so much, but he never told Trish. So I go in the freezer and there's like 2 bags of chicken patties in there.
Well, it's like you don't really know until you kind of have the option and you're like, I don't want that. So it kind of takes like a time to realize it before I can let her know. But yeah, right. It happens with it. Breakfast food. I went through a phase where I would eat scrambled eggs and ground turkey every single day.
Every single day. Yeah. That's when you bought your frying pan.
That's when I bought my frying pan, yes, which I haven't used in a while because I don't make it anymore. Now I'm in a bagel phase, a peanut butter bagel phase. Yeah, so I don't know if does anybody else do that? That's just, I don't know. That's just how I live my life.
I don't think I do. Do I? I don't think I latch on to.
I mean, you eat the same kinds of food all the time. Like, you're a big Pop-Tart guy.
Yeah, I
You
like
eat
my
Pop-Tarts on a
Pop-Tarts,
regular basis.
like mini muffins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very healthy. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like life's just easier that way. You don't have to think about what you're eating. You just eat the same thing all the time.
Predictable.
Until you move on to another thing.
And finally, this morning, it's an edition of Don't Tell Me Florida. As we wrap up with a Florida story for the week, a Florida woman was arrested for trying to evade police, but she also got to cross an item off her bucket list in the process. A deputy spotted 19-year-old Janiah Douglas speeding and driving recklessly in Florida Keys. But when he tried to pull her over, she took off and led him in a high-speed chase. The deputy caught up to her miles later and got her to stop. When asked why she took off running, she explained that getting arrested was on her bucket list, and she wanted to cross it off. Well, the officer was happy to oblige, and he placed her under arrest for fleeing and eluding police.
There's safer ways to do it, lady.
Safer ways to get arrested. Yeah,
you could have killed somebody, and you're also putting a lot of people in danger. Just steal a candy bar from a grocery store and then go turn yourself in. I mean, don't get in a high-speed chase.
And why is getting arrested even on your bucket list?
I think we've all wondered, maybe. I feel like I have, like, yo, could you imagine if I got arrested? But, like, I don't think I've ever been to the point where I'm like, I would like to get arrested right now. I got pulled over once for speeding, and I was like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. I'm late for class. There was nothing more. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get arrested. I would just bawl my eyes out.
Yeah, really.
Like, I'm sorry. Please don't tell my mom.
Anyway, that'll do it for today. Stand by. We'll do a post show as long as the internet holds on.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been okay.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Okay. During the post show, we can catch up on some chats and just hang out for a little bit before we head off to our last day here in Virginia Beach. It's kind of muggy here today. We're going to head out to a couple of stores. Sarah said I had to stop on the way back from the oceanfront. I had to stop at a place called Crumb Cookies. She said it's CRUMB, like you're dropping crumbs. Mm-hmm. So she said that when I walk in, how did she say it last night? When he walks in, Dad is going to pause like he's found the promised land.
I do like how you worded it. Like, Sarah tells me I have to do this, as if he's like running errands. He like has to go to I don't even know.
Got to pick up the dry clean.
He has to go to Target. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I have to go to the cookie place today.
Anyway, if you do have to leave, we leave you with a thought for the day. And our thought today is your reaction to a situation literally has the power to change the situation itself. All right, stand by. Post show coming up next.
Pete wasn't paying attention to me, so I don't know if he knew that we were coming back here.
Yeah, I did. I kind of caught your.
I saw you reading the chats, and I was sitting here going like this. Because Pete can't hear. I have to mute his mic, and so how the way everything works, he can't hear me when I do stuff like that. So, but the signal is we do a little thumbs up, but he was just looking at the chats, and I was like, hey, we're going live. Hey. Anybody walking by the house is like, what is going on? I'm like barking like a dog. Get over here. He wasn't looking.
Well, we used to have or I used to have a saying in radio, which was, you never know when the mic could be live. I mean, you might forget to turn it off. Anything could happen. So I tried never to swear in the studio. And the other thing I do now with the camera is you never know when the camera might be on, so try not to pick your nose or do any of that stuff,
You don't do that, but this whole pretending the mic is live, my dude's over here all the time. I haven't missed that while you were gone.
But am I swearing?
No.
No.
Me, I might be. Oh, This morning I started the show. And the music was playing, and then I realized I didn't have my outline in front of me.
Yeah, you took off. I'm like, where'd it
I
go?
printed it yesterday, but I never got it. And where our printer is, it like shoots it out onto the floor sometimes. And so I go in there, and it's like crumpled in a ball in the corner. The Roomba ran over my outline. Oh. It's seen better days, man. But yeah, so that Roomba, man, it's brutal. It's brutal.
I've missed a week of the Roomba. The Roomba sometimes can't find its way home.
Hey, 2 or 3 times this week, it's found its way home.
Nice.
Yeah. I did walk in one time to it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That was a little startling. But the thing was, the door was closed. I don't shut the door completely.
Oh, so it trapped itself.
It pushed the door open, went into the bathroom, and then closed the door behind it. The poor guy.
And then the battery runs out, so you come down in the morning and you never know where you're going to find it.
Yeah, so I walked in the bathroom and there's just a Roomba there. I was like, okay, Jesus.
All right, so I was reading a couple of things in the chats when you were
smiling
calisthenics there. Yeah. Dana said that Pete's going to hear the angels with the cookies. Yeah, I'm going to walk into the place and I'm going to go, hallelujah.
Heaven. I do want to bring up one thing in the post show. I've been meaning to bring this up all week. It's a debate I've been having with Justin and his girlfriend. And he refers to flipping a light switch. When the lights are on, you flip the light switch. He says that he's closing the lights. And I've always known it's just shutting off the lights.
Turning off the light.
But his girlfriend agrees, and they tell me it's a Portuguese thing. Closing the lights.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Has anyone else heard of closing the lights?
Yeah, that's what I want to bring up here. Does anybody else close the lights? Because I think it's ridiculous. I say to him, you close doors. You don't close the lights. And he gave me some BS thing about circuits. He's like, we're closing the circuit. I was like, nobody says that. Nobody's concerned about the circuitry that's going on behind the light switch. Gail says closing the lights is a thing. No! Maybe it's a thing, but do you say close the lights? Like, is that a thing? Come on. Diane says, Matt, don't you remember in grade 4, Mrs. Rock used to refer to it as opening and closing the circuit. I love her teaching style. I don't remember that, but why? It's shutting off the lights. Gary says it's a Portuguese thing. He's right. No! Everybody stop agreeing with him. It's not okay. Just shut off the lights like a normal person.
Yeah.
Dana said those damn Portuguese peeps. Closing the... So do you... I forgot what he said. Do you also open the lights? Like, hey, can you open the lights for me? That just sounds wrong.
That's true. If you're going to close it, you must open it, right?
Gail says she sometimes says it. Oh. Come on.
Wow. Well, we didn't grow up that way, right? I never said that to you, I don't think.
No. You close doors. You don't close lights. It's a light. You shut it off. Turn it out. Turn it off.
I think technically they're right that you're closing the circuit, but I don't.
No, they're 100% right. I understand how science. I understand how science and engineering works like that. Obviously, you're closing the circuit, but nobody says that. Gail's telling me to expand my mind. No, not when it comes to light switches. All right, I refuse.
Yeah, but Dana's saying preach. Dana's saying preach, Matt.
I have Dana on my side. Thank you, Dana. I haven't heard nobody defend opening the lights, though.
Dana also... Yeah, I don't think that's a thing, is it? Well, I didn't think close the lights was a thing.
Yeah. This is bothering me.
What else do we have here? Dana said he's going to make some...
We got Robot Pete going on. That's what we got.
Am I back?
Kind of. I can tell it's not great when there's a long delay. Like I'll say, Pete, can you hear me? I feel like a newscaster. We're coming live from the scene with Pete Braley, and he sits there. Thank you, Matt.
Smiling at the camera.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Yes, 17 people were murdered here tonight. Still smiling. I'm like, okay.
We used to. Have I ever told this story about how at WBSM, which is a talk station, we used to have a 7-second delay?
Yeah.
So that was so if you called in and swore at me, I could immediately stop that from going over the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever we went out to do a remote broadcast, and I did a lot of them, I was at the furniture store on Saturday, or I was at this place on Sunday, grand opening. Whenever we went out, we had to turn the delay off back at the radio station because there was no way that Pete at the furniture store could talk to Stan at the studio.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes they would forget to turn it off.
Ooh.
So I'd be listening in my earphone. I'd hear, Stan Lip at the time. I would hear Stan say, "Let's go to Pete, who's currently down at U.S. Furniture." And I would start talking at the furniture place, but it wasn't on the radio because it was going to happen in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
So the first thing you had to do was you had to whip off your earplug because that was super confusing to hear, yourself come back 7 seconds later.
Well, it's like sometimes, see, the delay, it's funny because we'll go times like, all right, I want you to say yo right now.
Yo.
See, like that one's quick. That's not bad. But sometimes when the internet gets a little bit weaker, it's very delayed. So we start talking over each other. So that's why it is very nice when you're in the studio because like chemistry's on point. Sometimes I crack a joke and you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so that was awkward.
Didn't work.
Yeah, that didn't work like I thought it would. Let's see. Real quick, Diane says, I have stairs like you described, Matt. Last night I tripped up on the corner area, fell down the rest. Thankfully, I didn't break anything in my back. Yes, goodness. Ooh. We're glad you're okay. I read that because I wanted to tell a story of one time I was a hyper child. I don't know if we talked about that. Yeah. Kat was actually talking about her puppy and how full moons she was affected, and she explained how it's very similar to me as a child and how full moons I was also affected. But I was a very hyper child. I moved everywhere very quickly. I pretty much ran everywhere. And one time I ran down the stairs, tripped at the top, fell all the way down, and smashed my foot into a glass giant bottle thing that was filled with sea glass.
Oh, right.
And
yes.
I remember everyone freaking out, like, there's no way this kid still has a foot. And I came out of it completely fine. Not a scratch on my body.
Blood.
I don't know what it was. Literally, like the destruction that I caused was insane. Broken glass bottle, broken sea glass everywhere. But somehow I was fine.
Yep.
But I just remember that time falling down the stairs, and I don't know what that happened. How that happened.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
What else do we have in that? Justin said something about that woman driving in Florida. He said, seems like everyone drives like they want to be arrested down here.
Yeah. Like when he first moved down there, I was like, so how is it? And he was like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive on the highways. He's like, it's so insane. There are like 6 lanes and no one knows how to drive. Like,
wow.
If people just like, I don't know, just say a prayer and just go crazy crossing like 6 lanes of traffic. Yeah. He says the people down there don't know how to drive.
When I was down here in Virginia Beach for the Raising Grampy period that turned out to be a year and a half, I did have a car to use because Marla, my daughter-in-law, was deployed. So I was able to use her car. But Sarah specifically told me never to go on the highway down here. Because she said they drive like, I mean, it's worse than Massachusetts, she said. Worse than Rhode Island. And also, I think Mom told me the other day, the speed limit is 55 on the highways.
Down there?
Yeah. It's 55 if you're going to Norfolk or anything like that.
What about that? It's 55 up here.
Well, don't we have places where it's 65 up there? Like
I thought it was faster down there, no?
No.
We do
no.
have places where it's 65. You're right, but
And evidently they mean it around. If you go 60, especially if you have out of state plates.
Yeah.
If you do 60 or 65, you're getting pulled over. So.
yeah, I'm the airport shuttle when I house sit, so I have to drive back from the airport, and I hate it. It's like five lanes of highway, and there's always construction everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I've known them being down there, like ever my earliest memory of Virginia Beach, always construction on the highways. I don't know if they've progressed at all in the whole time they've been down there.
Diane agrees with Justin. Of course, she lived in Florida for a while. She says you have to avoid not only these speeding automobiles, but these slowpoke folks in their electric carts.
Well, I was gonna say it's where the old folks go to retire. You know.
I guess so. I guess so.
I'm trying to think if there's any. What are you interested in that most people aren't? I don't think I ever gave an answer.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Well, like you said, reading for your age. That's not a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself like a hardcore reader, but I do read every day.
What else?
What am I interested in? That's weird. How am I weird, Peter?
I mean, your music is not weird because there are other people into music. And you do video games. That's not weird.
Love me some video games.
You like working out. That's not weird. Well,
I do not like working out.
You don't like working out. You like the results, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, you like feeling better and
Yeah,
feeling
I guess.
like you're doing healthy stuff.
Yeah, I hate feeling like death during it, but that's just that's what hard work is. I guess it's not supposed to feel good.
I can't think of anything that you do that others do not.
Yeah, I guess I'm just pretty cool, is what you're saying.
I'm
pretty hip.
I bow my head.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yep. I don't have anything more than
I don't know.
that.
I'm sure there's a bunch of. Oh, look up oxalotls.
I don't. You tell me how to spell
AX.
that?
Yes, AX. I also want to. I would like to be reminded. AXOLOTLS.
AXOLO.
Yes.
T what?
TLS.
It's an amphibian.
A little scary looking, to be honest.
Yeah, they are.
They got like weird tentacle looking things. Oh, it's kind of like a salamander, I think.
Let's see if my camera can pick this up. Here we go. Here
Yeah,
we go.
that's an oxalotl. Apparently, they're endangered. So don't you dare kill an oxalotl.
Okay.
By the way, Diane tagged me in something, or no, she tagged you in something on Facebook about
spiders.
Somebody wrote a letter to the spiders in the house and said that you can stay as long as these ground rules, and it's like stay on the walls or the ceiling, and I don't know, some other stuff. Don't bother me, basically. If you don't bother me, I won't bother you. And she said, I don't think Matt would agree, and that's 100%
Did you
true.
like the letter?
I mean, yeah, if you haven't.
Dear spiders, we have talked it over, and you may stay, but a couple of conditions. 1, please stay on ceilings or walls. 2, do not touch any personal items. 3, do not gather in groups larger than 4. 4, eat any gnats or mosquitoes that break in. And 5, you get too big, you get scary.
Yeah.
Otherwise, chill,
so
enjoy
don't
the
grow.
AC, and we will probably name you. Yeah, you guys who did that, right?
Me?
Don't you name spiders and stuff?
Peter, I kill spiders.
That's true.
I don't allow spiders to stay in my... No, that's trespassing. You can stay outside. I'm not going to kill you outside.
By the way, the last spider he killed was with my slipper. Thanks a lot.
No, that's a lie. I think. Did I tell a story on the show about the spider in my bed? I think I did.
I know you told me. So
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll tell it real quick. The other night, I literally just laid down, opened up my Harry Potter book to read a quick chapter before bed, and something fell in my bed, and I didn't see, like, I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. I had my glasses on, which are a very weak prescription. They're not updated at all, so I can't really see things. But so I just like looked and I saw it move, and I like backed out, and sure enough, little spider in my bed. Yeah. But I think I've grown a little bit because the old Matt Braley would have not slept in my bed for about a week. But instead, I killed the spider, and I went to bed in my bed.
I know. I don't know if I could have done that. I would have wondered all night if there were more.
Somehow I convinced myself, what are the chances that there's 2 spiders in my bed? And this one fell from the ceiling. So like he wasn't in my bed, but he was then trespassing into my bed. And I told the story to someone, and they were like, "Why did you kill the spider?" Listen, if it's on my wall and you want to have a discussion about saving the spider, sure. But it was in my bed. It doesn't get more personal than that.
No.
That is not okay.
Justin said if you name them, you form an attachment.
And I never want to feel any sort of attachment to a spider. I do not like spiders for some reason. They give me the heebie-jeebies, man. Do not like
Dana
it.
had to go. He said he had to rock the boo-boo bus. Be safe, everyone. You too, Dana.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Enjoy your final day of EMS week that Trisha's missing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy her a cookie today.
There we go. Perfect. I like it. Well, I think that's going to do it for today.
All right.
And it's good. It's good because we're dealing with the Pete delay right now.
Monday.
That's why we're talking over each other.
Hey, make it a great day.
Peace.